welcome back to my channel, and this is Dimple, and we are going to see today what is the Specflow.Assist.Dynamic nuget packages. So before starting that, I hope that you install the nuget packages. So you have to install this one, Specflow.Assist.Dynamic, and you also need to add one imprompt interface which is required for casting things in C#. So without this it is not going to work. Now in the last we have seen one example of INumerable user. The user was the model that we created. Now there are many times a situation that just for one use we don't need to create a data model. So for that there is a good concept in C# which is called dynamic. So let's see how to use that dynamic, and you need few settings in the app config file also. So you will just add the step assembly, this one, in your app config file. Otherwise you are not able to create the dynamic set. So let's come back to our example. So in the last we have created one example which takes 3 users from the gherkin level and the others were from the scenario outline. So we will convert this method to dynamic method. So we'll go to step definition. So here I have used INumerable user. So instead of user I am going to write let me first of all show you one example, and I will just write here table. Now I know that in the table I'm going to get more than one value. So what you are going to do, you will convert that table into the INumerable set, and here we are using the user class. Instead of that, what I'm going to use dynamic. So dynamic is a keyword which can be used for converting your table keys and values into the properties, and it will automatically create the data set for you, so you don't have to worry. So let's start. What you can say now, add the name of the variable user list equal to table dot create dynamic so it will ask you to import using the library. So we will using the Specflow.Assist, and error is gone. In the user list we will add the table, sorry, my mistake. So this is going to be the symbol. There is no user, there is no model we have utilized. We have just written here what dynamic. So the dynamic set method will create the table into the structure which can be converted into the multiple create set, and then we can go loop by loop inside that set and we can fetch the values. Now how will you know that what is the attribute or the properties value? So good question, come back here. So whatever you are writing here, that will be the by default property of the dynamic. So let's debug it. Hope I have kept the debug point. Yes, we have kept the debug point. Yes, we got the debug. Continue. So you can see in the user list you can have 3 values, John and XYZ. Same in the result, Smith and John, and in the third you can have Alex and ABC. Now how will you see what these values are? Correct? If you have seen correctly, let me again put the cursor here. I wanted to show you the properties name. So you can see here the F name is John, L name is XYZ, so the values are fetched properly. Suppose Let me change the column name here. I will write here first name and let's see what happened. Debug. I will add in between also, so with that one by one we can go through the values also. So it's sometimes good to use the dynamic if we don't want to use the models more than in 1 or 3 classes, then it's easy to maintain that thing with help of dynamic. So don't make your code more complex. We have this functionality, so use it. Oh, where does it gone? What did it? We got a version conflict. Let me remove this first of all and again start it. Meanwhile, stay around. So this was the dynamic set, and in the next we are going to see how to automatically convert this table to the dynamic set, and we can directly fetch the value. And we will also see that how we can do the custom conversions of the gherkins relations also. So till then, stay tuned. Bye. And if you have liked my video, then please don't forget to like, share, comment and hit the red button which is shown below. Thanks.